Hey YouTube, Kira Twig here, bringing you my updated Watt deck profile for June 2012. We'll go ahead and go through the deck. I've made a lot of changes since my last Watt deck profile, so I hope you guys enjoy. It's a really cool deck, really locks down the opponent for most of their plays. It's a lot of fun just to bypass their monsters as well. And without further ado, let's get started. I run 3 Watt Giraffes, one of the main Watts in the deck. It's got 1200 attack, and it can attack your opponent directly, like most of the Watts in the deck. And after it deals damage, your opponent cannot activate anything for the rest of the turn, so you run 3 of him. One of my favorite cards of the deck, I run 3 Watt Cobra. He's your main search of the deck. Pretty much he can attack directly, and when he inflicts damage, you can search your deck for 1 Watt monster and place it in your hand. I also run 3 Watt Pheasants. His effect, 1000 attack, he can attack directly, and when he inflicts damage to your opponent, you can select 1 face-up monster on the field and banish it until the end of the turn. I really like his effect now in gameplay with Exceed monsters, because once you banish them, there go all their materials. So like let's say they have Zen Mains on the field, full of XYZ material. You banish it, loses both the materials, comes back just as a normal Zen Mains. So that's why I really like Pheasant. I've been thinking about running Watt-Tail Dragon somehow in the deck. But at the moment, I'm just going to side deck him basically for Tiger King Wang Hu's to get over, since all the monsters in this deck are pretty much below 1400. I also run 2 Watt Lemurs. Basically, this effect, if they're destroyed by an opponent's card, either by battle or card effect, they cannot conduct their next battle phase. They really don't see it coming, and it protects my Watts next turn. And I also run 2 Watt Fox. He's your tuner of the deck. Pretty much when this card is destroyed, your opponent cannot activate monster effects or spells or traps or special summon monsters for the rest of the turn. They can still attack, but they're still pretty much limited. And I also run 3 Watt Dragonfly for search. When this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, I can special summon 1 Watt monster from my deck, and it also works good with Watt-Tail Dragon because it's an instant special summon of him right there. But like I said, I do want to side deck him for said reasons before. That's it for all the Watt monsters. I also run 1 Honest because all the Watts are light. And I also run 2 Fossil Dina, pretty much just for stall methods. I really like it in this deck. I don't really special summon that much except with the Dragonflies, and it doesn't like interfere with them too much, because usually when I get him out, I have Cobra or Giraffe on the field, and they've been normal summoned, and there's a lot of special summon in this gameplay at the moment. So I run 2 of him. And I also run, now for spells, I run 3 Messenger of Peace. I know it's kind of dangerous with Mystical Space Typhoon, but it really helps. Like let's say I get it late game. Monsters with 1500 attack or more cannot attack, and all I have to do is pay 100 life points during each standby phase or destroy it. So the cost isn't too bad either. I also run just 1 Pot of Duality for extra search, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Book of Moon, and 3 Mystical Space Typhoon as well. I don't run Heavy Storm in this deck. For the main reason is I like to keep my back row, like for example the Messenger. Like I said, if I use Heavy Storm, I risk destroying that. So I'm pretty much good with 3 MST. And I also run 1 Recycling Batteries. Pretty much because all the Watts are Thunder type, this lets me get 2 Thunder type monsters from my graveyard back to my hand. So like it says, just good recycling. And that's it for the spells. Move on to traps. I run 3 Threatening Roars. Pretty much they cannot declare an attack this turn. Yeah, that's the wording. So set this face down, they MST it, flip it up, protects my Watt monsters. And also protects them, I use 2 Wabakus. My monsters cannot be destroyed by battle, and any damage inflicted is 0. The only main thing I worry about with Wabaku is if your opponent, let's say, has Catastor and they attack, his effect will still go off. So that's the only thing you really have to worry about, are monster effects. But other than that, I really like Wabaku in the deck. I also run 1 Mirror Force, just for a little extra blockage. 1 Magic Cylinder comes in handy at the end of the game, because most of the time when I have my Watts out, they do damage, but by the end of the game, I just need that little extra boost, and this really comes in handy. 1 Judgment of Thunder. When a Thunder monster is summoned, I can activate this to destroy 1 card of the field. Works good when I special summon with Dragonfly. Just flip this up afterwards, they don't see it coming. I also run 1 Dark Bribe, 1 Starlight Road to protect my back row and all the Watts I get out, and 1 Solemn Judgment. And as for the extra deck, I do run Watt Chimera because I can get him out, and I do like his effect, which sends 1 card from your opponent's hand to the top of their deck when this does damage. It's just a little hard to get out, but it is worth it. And the best part is he's 1400 attack, so your opponent can't bottomless him. And I also run 1 Stardust Dragon for Starlight Road. And I do run other cards in the deck. They're just in my other decks at the moment, like Bryonic and all that, just for different situations. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys liked my deck profile. Please like and subscribe, and Care Twig out.